On the second day of government interpellation at the National Assembly, President Yoon Suk Yeol's veto of the opposition-led Grain Act revision that mandates the government purchases surplus rice sparked wrangling. Our political correspondent Lee Shi-hoo reports.
Rival lawmakers at the National Assembly questioned government officials on Tuesday, focusing on the economy this time. On the second day of the three-day interpellation, the Prime Minister and the Ministers of Finance, Agriculture, and Transport, among others, were in attendance. Lawmakers asked them questions involving the rising energy bills, low birth rate, and South Korea's economic relations with Japan. The key question of the day was on the recently passed revision of the Grain Management Act, which President Yoon Suk Yeol had vetoed earlier on Tuesday.
What was the main reason for the veto?
We think the law forcing the government to purchase surplus rice is not helpful to farmers or to our finances. Researchers say that purchasing surplus rice would lead to overproduction, which would eventually lead to a fall in price.
The opposition, which last month pushed for the passing of the bill, called for better treatment of the farming industry.
I think the government should treat our agricultural industry well. It's helped our economy become the 8th largest in the world. What do you think?
I completely agree with the agricultural sector's contribution to South Korea's economic advancement, but the problem is the agricultural environment is rapidly changing. Demand is decreasing, and I think it's time we employ policies that suit the needs of farmers.
The revised Grain Management Act calls on the government to buy surplus rice if demand falls short of production by 3 to 5%, or if prices fall by 5 to 8% or more from the year prior. Now, this is the first time that President Yoon exercised his veto power, and also the first time the executive right was used since 2016. The vetoed act will now be put to a vote once again at the National Assembly. For it to pass, it requires over 2/3 of the votes of at least half of the parliament's lawmakers in attendance. If passed, the government has to accept the bill. But considering how 115 out of 299 lawmakers are part of the ruling People Power Party, making up over 1/3 of the parliament, it's widely expected that the bill will not pass the assembly this time. Lee Shi-hoo, Arirang News.